teacher friends, it's Jen Bengal. I am going to show you a video today of an example of an interactive edit. You see my daughter Sophie copying a sentence from a book she read. She's copying the sentence on the board so we can take a look at what we notice is working really well in this sentence. Here is some of the things we were thinking. So tell us where you got your quote from, or your sentence for our interactive edit.
I got it from the Wee Freeman.
And that's the book you're reading right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so why did you start us off with the interactive edit? Read the sentence to us and tell us like one of the things you noticed about it right away.
There's a simile.
We'll read it first for us.
Oh, I can feel the scared like a red hot ball, but the angry isn't letting it out.
So what's one thing you noticed about this sentence?
That there's a simile in it.
Okay, so start our list off by writing that down for us. And everyone else copy that in their notebooks too.
What book is this supposed to be in? The reading?
What book is it supposed to be in?
Spelling of the interactive edit section.
Your spelling notebook in the interactive edit section. Okay, I see something right away that is not normally in a sentence. It's like glaring at me right now. Does anyone see it?
The dot dot dot.
Right. There's not a period at the end. There's a dot dot dot. Do you know what that's called?
Cliffhanger?
Well, do you know what that piece of punctuation is called? It's not called a period. When there's three dots together, it's called an ellipse. It's called an ellipse.
Dot dot dot.
Is it E-L-I?
I'm not sure how to spell it. I think it's E-L-L-I...
P-S.
P-S-E maybe, but we'll look it up later. Okay, what else do you notice about this sentence? Shout them out.
It's got a lot of commas.
Okay, how many commas?
1, 2, 3.
3 commas. Write it down. What else do we notice? Quick, quick. What else?
I'm still writing. She uses a lot of eyes.
How many eyes does she use?
1, 2.
2 eyes. Okay. And what do we know about I all the time? It's always what? No matter where it is in the sentence, it's always
Capitalized.
capitalized. Thank you. What else? There's a lot. You picked a good sentence.
They use like scared as like an odd, I don't know, like an...
You're right. We're going to talk about that. They use the word scared as a weird part of the sentence. It's not typically in the same part of the sentence that it normally would be. Because scared usually is a verb. But it says, I can feel the scared. That's an odd way to use the word scared. So write down that scared is used in an odd way, and we'll talk about what we think it is. Anything else jumping out at you right away that you notice?
I guess the capital letter at the start and then...
Capital at the beginning, yeah, but that's basic, right? What else?
She uses but. Isn't that like a certain type of speech?
Okay, so the word but is used, which is, does anyone know what that is called? Starts with a C.
Oh, coordinating conjunction.
A conjunction, yep. So the word but is used, which is a conjunction. Okay, do you know other conjunctions? What are some other conjunctions?
The.
No. And or. Although. Well, no, although is not a conjunction. It's a preposition.
I don't know anymore.
Well, what else?
I don't know anymore.
You don't see anything else in this sentence that you notice?
What is it? It's too.
Isn't. What is isn't? What do you call that? It starts with a C too.
Compound word?
No, not a compound word. Isn't is a contraction. When you join 2 words together with a apostrophe like that, it's called a contraction. Isn't, if we broke that word apart, it would be, the 2 words would be
Is and not.
is not. And you can write is not too. The writer just chose to make a contraction instead of writing them separately. Okay, what else do you notice?
It's something with like when you give like the angry human, like it's not letting it out. I don't know what that's called.
Right.
And
Well, we talked yesterday about figurative language, right? And the difference between figurative and literal language. Let's read it again. I mean, I can feel the scared like a red hot ball, but the angry isn't letting it out. That's a really good sentence. This writer is making it like the angry is actually a thing. Like angry is an emotion, right? But she's turning it into like it's a thing that's not letting the red hot ball out. So the angry is becoming like an object. So write that down. Angry is like an object in this sentence when it's normally a feeling. Normally we feel angry. Bless you. Bless you again. But in this sentence, angry is like an object that's not letting the red hot ball out. And we know there's not actually a red hot ball, right, inside of her. That's figurative as well. So red hot ball is figurative language. So you can put that down too, because we learned about figurative language yesterday. We could keep going with what we noticed, don't you think? There's so much that we could talk about. We could talk about which words have so many syllables, how many words in this sentence only have one syllable, because there's a lot of words that only have one syllable in this sentence. We could talk about how red hot is a compound word. We could talk about where the subject and the verb are, but I think we've talked about enough for today because we could spend way more time on this. But we looked at the simile, like a red hot ball. We learned what an ellipse is. We noticed there's 3 commas, the 2 I's are used. Scared is used in a weird way. There's a conjunction, there's a contraction, there's a compound word. Angry is used in like an object, and there's figurative language in this sentence too. So there's a lot going on in this sentence, isn't there? Okay. And this person, this point of view from this character, I mean, I can feel the scared like a red hot ball, but the angry isn't letting it out. That sounds like she's really, or he is really feeling a lot of emotion. I wonder what's going on in this story, Sophie. Is it good? Okay.
Very good.
All right, so there's a lot here. Make sure you get it all written into your notebook.
Yes, ma'am.
So you can see there's a lot going on in an interactive edit. And with any sentence that your students find in a book or that you prepare ahead of time, you can ask them to notice things. And this is such a great idea. Instead of pointing out things that are wrong in a sentence, pick sentences that are really great and really well written that you can find lots of ideas. And have your students help you. And it's really important what they don't notice tells you a lot, as well as what they do notice. Because if they're only pointing out things like there's capital letters, there's a period, they're not looking deeper into the sentence, that tells you that you need to maybe do some more instruction on similes or some more instruction on compound words or metaphors or figurative language or conjunctions. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this example of interactive edits. Until next time.